It's time to move away from the Olympics. We saw Novak Djokovic claim his first gold medal, and Ben has only just stopped celebrating. But now we move back to the hard courts, and to see what Jannik Sinner can do, we are at, of course, Montreal.
That's right. We are going to step away from the Olympics just for a second. I know I've been partying the night away celebrating Djokovic, but this tournament doesn't include Novak Djokovic. But if you are a supporter of Djokovic, don't turn away. Stay tuned, because I'm sure he'll get a few more mentions throughout this episode. We're going through the Montreal draw preview. Jannik Sinner back in action. And also we got Sasha Zverev. He's the number 2 seed in this one. A few good players. And it's a Masters event, and it's where Jannik Sinner in Canada won his first ever Masters event. So I'm quite excited for this one. Can he do it again, JG?
Yeah, for those who don't know, the men are playing in Montreal and the women are playing in Toronto. So they change every year. They're both 1,000 events. And yeah, like you say, I'm interested to see what Jannik Sinner can do, because we've not been talking about him, it seems, for like a long time. He started the year as the most dominant player, looked like no one was going to be able to beat him. Now everyone's talking about Alcaraz, and then everyone's talking about Djokovic because he's won Olympic gold. So all three of them have had their moment in the sun. Right now it's Djokovic's time. Can Sinner change the narrative yet again? He is the world number 1, let's not forget.
Yes. Yeah, he is the world number 1. Pulled out of the Olympics, which was very, very sad if you are an Italian fan. But Lorenzo Musetti, he had a very good Olympics, so it wasn't all doom and gloom. There was a bronze medal for Italy still. Well, yeah.
Paolini and Arani as well in the doubles.
Exactly. They did even better still. But we're not here to talk about the Olympics. We said that already. We're here to talk about Montreal, and we're here to talk about Jannik Sinner. This is going to be, I think, quite a tough tournament. Like you said, he's not been in the news so much, and the only thing he was in the news about was pulling out of a tournament. He's had the limelight stolen away from him from the beginning of the year, and he needs to get it back. He's the world number 1. Let's have a look at last year and see who he beat in the final, because it was the person he played doubles with here last year in the final. It was Alex de Minaur. They played doubles together. Didn't do too well in the doubles, but Jannik Sinner smashed him up in the singles. 6-4, 6-1. Nice and comfortable there for that one.
Yeah, this is a tournament Daniil Medvedev's also done very well at. He's got to a final and won it in 21. Rafael Nadal historically has done well. Hubie Hurkacz got to a final in 2022. Zverev has won this event before, beating Roger Federer in the final. That was a really fantastic one. I remember that. And everyone was then looking at Zverev as the next person to go on and win Grand Slams. It didn't materialise for him, but you never know. May get another opportunity. Looking at Jannik Sinner, this is his draw, so let's go through that. The route he has to the final.
Here it is.
He's got a bye in the first round, then either a qualifier or Martinez. Round 3 of Greek Sport TFO. Quarterfinal of Rublev or Paul. Semi-final of Medvedev Tsitsipas. Final Zverev, Hurkacz, Dimitrov or Ruud. First thing I'm drawn to is you told me he was playing Draper the other day. What was that about?
No, I actually read that incorrectly, and I'll tell you why. Because he's actually playing with Draper in the doubles. That's what I saw. It wasn't that he was actually playing against him. He's playing with him. So there you go. That's where I just saw them together, and I thought, what? Surely that can't be the draw. But yeah, it wasn't the draw. So there you go.
Okay.
That's
so back to his actual draw. What do you make of it?
I think it looks quite difficult, to be honest. I think if you Greek Sport TFO is obviously just coming off the back. I think he just recently beat Andrei Rublev, didn't he, in Washington? So he's on some
lost
good
to Korda.
form. Yeah, but Korda won the whole entire thing. Surprised me, to be honest. Kaboli getting to the final surprised me as well. TFO in good form. I wouldn't want to play him right now. I'd say Tommy Paul, definitely won't want to play him. The Americans, really good over that side of the world. And then obviously Medvedev speaks for himself. And that final, I would assume probably, Dimitrov or Zverev. Hurkacz, I'm not sure how the knee is at the moment. Hopefully he's back to full fitness.
Yeah, Hurkacz won't do well here. I really believe that. I think he's just not going to be ready. Zverev, on the other hand, has good claims to make that final.
Yeah.
I think the big match here will not be the Daniel Medvedev-Sinner one. It will be, in fact, a Tommy Paul quarter-final against Yannick Sinner. I'd expect Tommy Paul to blitz Rublev based off form. He's been a far superior player the last few months. And I think Paul has the ability to beat a Yannick Sinner right now. But I'm hoping Sinner can pull through. And if we get the semi-final of Medvedev-Sinner yet again, we know that match doesn't really disappoint. And it's very fascinating with the head-to-head, how it's been going recently. I think Medvedev won the last occasion, didn't he? Stopped the rot.
Yeah, he really did. He needed that one.
Wimbledon.
Just get the mental edge back just a little bit, just to avoid leveling the head-to-head as well. I think it's 7-5 Medvedev now. Looking at that, I think it's quite difficult. Obviously, it's a Masters event. It's never going to be easy. Looking at Sasha's draw, would you say this is slightly more difficult? He has a bye through the first round, Thompson or Draper second round, Holger Rune, or I guess that means Raonic in the third round. We got Fritz or Korda. Obviously, Korda just coming off the back of a tournament win in quarterfinals. Dimitrov, Hurkacz, Ben. That's not me. It's probably Ben Shelton, I'm sure that is. Or Felix Auger-Aliassime, who's actually playing well at the moment as well. And Sinner, Medvedev or Tsitsipas there in the final.
Yeah, I would say that half of the draw is tougher. I think Zverev's half's tougher than Sinner's one. But that's just my initial impression. I think you got to factor in the conditions, like the courts they're playing in Canada. It's going to suit certain players more than others. I think Fritz is going to be quite dangerous over there. I think even Rune could start to find his form a bit. He didn't play very well on the clay courts, didn't play well on the grass, but maybe can find it on the hard courts. Yeah, and all them other ones as well. I think it's very interesting. And Draper, Zverev, round 2, that will be potentially Zverev's first match. And Draper will have the advantage of playing someone in the first round, I'm assuming.
Yeah, Thompson.
Unless he's got a bye. I don't think he'll have a bye.
Well, it's there. It's either Draper or Thompson.
Oh, okay, of course. Yeah.
So, no worries. But yeah, we can have a look at that little section if you just want to just have a quick look. This is what it sort of looks like for Zverev's half of the draw. And you can see he has Malazan in there as well. You've got Holger Rune around. Holger Rune around, it's interesting for that first round matchup. Navone, one of your favourites there. And yeah, Norrie's in there, Giron. You've got Dimitrov in this half as well.
I think we just go through it, Ben. Why don't we just go through the draw now and do it? There's no point going through it, not doing a draw reaction. We're going to give our predictions on here.
Go on.
So download the TNNS tennis app, Apple or Android. You can play along at home and join the Game to Love League. And Yannick Sinner is going to be the number 1 seed. He's got the bye, so he's through. Qualifier-wise, we've not spoke about them. Who are the qualifiers?
I know, I was trying to find out. I was going to say
they're
as
playing
well,
now.
Obviously, this is a Masters event as well, so I'll put out a player roulette for this a bit later on the Patreon. If you want to join the Patreon to get a player, one of the seeds, join the Patreon as little as £3 a month, and we will give you your player in the draw, and if you win, you can win a prize. So, here we go. Qualifiers.
Qualifier-wise, you could have either McDonald or Duckworth. Rinderknecht has qualified. Kokkinakis, Batista Agut, Nakashima, Harris, Kazo, Daniel, Hijikata, Mensik, Chorich. It's not going to be all of them names, but it will be half of the names I've mentioned. I think Batista Agut is so dangerous as a qualifier. Same with Chorich or Mensik. You're not going to want to play them. Nakashima over there, I think, will be quite dangerous. And even McDonald, watch out for him too. So some good qualifier players. Of course, it is a Masters event to be expected. And I think the qualifier will beat Pedro Martinez.
Yeah, I would go with that as well. Let's keep going. Sonego or Griekspoor? I'll go Griekspoor.
Yeah. I'm going to go Tabio to knock out TFO.
No, I'm going to go...
Because with TFO, he has one good tournament and then one bad one. So I'm pretty sure he's going to lose this match. And it's a good bet to take if you are watching this, back Alejandro Tibio. He will be an underdog, and you can make some good money on it.
CFO's back. I'm going to go Tommy Paul to beat Darderi. What do you make of
Chapo fresh off a default?
Yeah, I was going to say, what are your thoughts on that default for Chapo?
Bit harsh.
I thought so as well. I mean, they've appealed it and lost the appeal as well. So
Yeah, because you can't do it. He broke the rules. But if it's on match point, I think there should be a little bit of leniency and just let it run out another 2 minutes, and then he would have lost without having the whole default thing. Loses prize money, goes against his record. Bit unfair. Do I think he's going to beat the qualifier? Yes, I do. I'm going to have Echeverry beating Jarry. I think Jarry's having a bit of bad form. Rublev, Medvedev, Fakina to beat Safulin. Arnaldi to beat the qualifier. Hachanov to beat Diallo.
Yep. Fees to beat Humbert.
Fees to beat Humbert.
Yep, I agree. Big serving on these hard courts. I'm going to go for Kecmanovic to knock out Borges.
I'm going to have Borges here.
Ooh, Mickelson, Nishikori. I'm going to go Mickelson here.
Yeah, me too. Tsitsipas, Dimitrov at the bye. We don't know who that's going to be yet.
No.
Poprin, Mahatch. I'm going to go for Poprin.
Yeah, I knew you would. They're two GTL alumni.
Two GTL players I really like speaking to, so I'm going to go with Poprin because he's my boy.
Bublik,
Shelton. Shelton to beat Bublik.
Yeah, I think so as well. Big serving. Felix and Caboli. That's a really good first round match. I'm going to go Felix here.
I'm going to go Caboli. I think he's not going to be ready. Just been playing on the clay courts. Could be a bit not so accustomed to the conditions. Caboli's been playing on it. Manarino, Monfils, Hurkacz, Rude, Norrie Giron.
I'm going to go Norrie. Go on, Norrie.
Yeah, I'll have Norrie. Korda. I'm surprised Pospisil's still going, but I'm glad he's getting a wild card there.
Djokovic probably putting a good word for him. Right.
Fritz, Rune, Raonic is here.
Yeah, I mean,
could Raonic beat Rune in Canada?
I mean, I don't think he's got much gas in the tank. That's the problem with Raonic these days. I mean, if he
does, he needs to win in straights, and it needs
always.
to be like less than an hour and a half.
If it's one set all, he retires. I think that's the sad reality. Okay. Malazan to beat Booster.
Draper to beat Thompson.
And then
Zverev with the bye.
That's it. Right, to the top.
So pretty similar so far.
Sinner to beat the qualifier.
Yep.
I'm
going to go Tabio again to beat Griekspoor.
I'm having TFO going through.
Paul to beat Chapo.
Yeah, I'm going to go with that too.
Echeverry to knock out Rublev.
I think Rublev's
having a torrid time.
He has, but he's won a match, which I was at least impressed that he didn't go on this terrible losing streak forever. So let's move down. Medvedev to beat Safulin, Battle of the Russians.
Yep.
Hachanov. And I'm going to go Arnaldi to knock out Hachanov.
Yeah, I'm going to go Arnaldi as well.
Why not?
I'm going to have Borges beating Fees.
I'm going to have Fees beating Kecmanovic.
I'm going to have Mickelson knocking out Tsitsipas.
I'll go with the sit.
Dimitrov to beat the qualifier.
Yep. And then
Shelton to beat Poprin.
Shelton to beat Mahatch.
Caboli to beat Manarino.
Felix to beat Manarino.
Good little draw this bit, by the way.
Yeah.
Whoever wins out
chance.
of Caboli and Felix have a chance to go for a few rounds.
Yep.
I'm going to have Monfils knocking out Hurkacz.
Don't know. Depends on Hurkacz. If he's fit enough, I think he'll serve him off the court. Norrie to beat Casper Ruud.
Yeah, I'm going to go Norrie to beat Ruud as well.
Ooh.
And then I'm going to have Fritz to beat Korda.
This is a tough one. I'm going to go Korda just to keep the run going. It's a big risk because he could go out early, but I'm going to take the risk.
Rune to beat Marazan and Zverev to beat Draper in a 3-set battle.
Yeah, Zverev's good here. I mean, you got to remember, they're like racehorses. Do well at certain courses. I think Zverev's good. Sinner to beat TFO.
Yeah, Sinner will beat Tabio. Paul will beat Echeverry.
Paul to beat Rublev. Yeah.
So we've got the Sinner Paul, and that's going to be tough. I don't like that one. Medvedev to beat Arnaldi.
Yeah.
Borges to keep the run going. That's another nice section. This section here.
I'm going with Fees to knock out Tsitsipas.
Fees could go out first round, Ben, because he's got them, but
All right.
it's a low risk or
Borges
high risk
could go
strategy,
out.
that one.
So it's Borges. I'm going to go
I'm
Dimitrov.
going to go Shelton.
Oh, yeah, it's a tough one to pick, that.
God, what a section this is. I've got Caboli, Monfils. I mean,
I'm going to have Felix to knock out Hurkacz.
I'm going to go Monfils.
Ooh.
Fritz, Norrie, I'm going to have Fritz.
I have Korda to knock out Norrie.
And Zverev to knock out Runa.
Yeah, I think so too. That one, Holger Rune, tough to say really these days. Is he up to the task? The big one, Tommy Paul versus Yannick Sinner. Tommy Paul just fresh off a really competitive match against Alcaraz at the Olympics. It was very, very close, but it was still straight sets. Can he beat Yannick Sinner? I think he
I'm
has
going to
a
have Sinner
chance.
beating him.
I might go for a bit of a punter, and I might go.
Yeah, I'm tempted as well.
I'm going for Tommy Paul to knock out just because we haven't seen Sinner, and Tommy Paul's been staying active. I could be wrong on that.
So I'll have Medvedev beating Borges.
Yeah, Medi to beat Fees.
I'm going to have Shelton beating Monfils.
I'm going to have Felix going through again. He got fourth place, didn't he? I know.
In Canada.
If he's in Canada, that's what I mean. Going for it.
Zverev, Fritz.
I think I'm going Zverev to knock out Korda. I think he gets tired.
I'm going to have Fritz knocking out Zverev.
Ooh. So I've got Tommy Paul, Medvedev at the top half. Who have you got?
I've got Sinner, Medvedev, and Shelton Fritz at the bottom.
Interesting. I'm going to be going. I'm going to go Tommy Paul to knock out Daniel Medvedev. I don't know. I'm quite liking Tommy Paul at the moment.
I'm going to have Medvedev beating Sinner.
Another win.
I think he's going to win again. I don't know. I didn't think this before, by the way. Before this episode started, I wouldn't have had it, but I'm having a feeling. The more this has gone and the way the draws progress and looking at the routes, I think Medvedev in this situation can beat Yannick Sinner. And I also think at the bottom, I think Fritz will beat Shelton.
I'm going Zverev at the bottom to beat Felix, and then we're going to end up with Paul Zverev final. Who have you got?
Medvedev Fritz, and I'm going to have Medvedev winning Montreal.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough for me because if it gets to this final, there's part of me that feels like Zverev's going to win it. I think Tommy Paul...
I disagree. I think if you get this final, I think Tommy Paul wins.
If Zverev gets to a final and he's playing well, like it's so difficult to beat him.
Well, he lost at Roland Garros, playing well.
This is hard court though. That serve is much more effective.
Yeah, in terms of a dark horse, I don't really have one.
Borges. I'll have Fees.
No, my dark horse actually is going to be... Can I have Monfils?
Well, I'll have Fees. You have Monfils.
Yeah, I think Monfils is a dark horse. I've got him going quite far. But there we go. I've gone for Daniel Medvedev. You've gone for Sasha Zverev. Both big servers, both top players. And none of the big three in Alcaraz, Sinner, Djokovic. We're moving away from them in this big tournament, which is a surprise. And I think
both
Medvedev...
champions.
The reason I think Medvedev is because I think he's ready to get on a hard court and show that he can be the very best on a hard court. We've been speaking about everyone else. This is Medvedev's time, and I think that's why he's going to win. But there you go. You've heard our predictions and our preview of Montreal. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. And if you haven't already, hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and join us for all of our other Djokovic content because that's all we seem to be doing at the moment.
That's it. Well, I'm sure there'll be more out tomorrow. Look forward to it.
Vamos, Rafa. Bye-bye.